The Islamic approach. The second point which I would like to clarify at the very outset is that when we speak of human rights in Islam, we really mean that these rights have been granted by God. They have not been granted by any king or by any legislative assembly. The rights granted by the kings or the legislative assemblies can also be withdrawn in the same manner in which they are conferred. The same in the case with the rights accepted and recognized by the dictators. They can confer them when they please and withdraw them when they wish, and they can openly violate them when they like. But since in Islam human rights have been conferred by God, no legislative assembly in the world or any government on earth has the right or authority to make any amendments or changes in the rights conferred by God. No one has the right to abrogate them or withdraw them, nor are they the basic human rights which are conferred on paper or for the sake of show and exhibition and denied in the actual life when the show is over, nor are they like philosophical concepts which have no sanctions behind them. The Charter and the proclamations of the resolution of the United Nations cannot be compared with the rights sanctioned by God, because the former is not applicable to anybody while the latter is applicable to everybody or every believer. They are a part or and parcel of the Islamic faith. Every Muslim or administrators who claim themselves to be Muslims will have to accept, recognize and enforce them. If they fail to enforce them and start denying the rights that have been guaranteed by God, or make amendments and changes in them, or practically violate them while paying lip service to them, the verdict of the Holy Quran for such governments is clear and unequivocal. Those who do not judge by what God has sent down are the disbelievers. Kafirun. The following verse also proclaims they are the wrongdoers, Zalimun, while a third verse in the same chapter says they are the evil livers, Fasikun. In other words, this means that if the temporal authorities regard their own words and decisions to be right and those given by God as wrong, they are disbelievers. If, on the other hand, they regard God's commands as right but wittingly reject them and enforce their own decisions against God's, then they are the mischief makers and the wrongdoers. Fasik and lawbreakers is the one who disregards and the bond of aliens, and Zalim is he who works against the truth. Thus, all those temporal authorities who claim to be Muslims and yet violate the rights sanctioned by God belong to one of these two categories. Either they are the disbelievers or are the wrongdoers or mischief makers. The rights which have been sanctioned by God are permanent, perpetual and eternal. They are not subject to any alterations or modifications, and there is no scope for any change or abrogation.